Detective James Mitchell had seen his fair share of crime scenes, but the one in front of him sent shivers down his spine. The victim, a wealthy businessman named Richard Harper, lay lifeless in his opulent home. His wife, Olivia, sat in the corner, seemingly composed, but with a glint of something unreadable in her eyes. "Mrs. Harper, I need you to walk me through what happened tonight," Detective Mitchell asked. Olivia composed herself before replying to Detective. "I found him when I came home. It was shocking." "Did you notice anything unusual when you entered the house?" Detective Mitchell questioned. Olivia replied, "No, it was quiet. I never expected to find him like this." As Detective Mitchell dug deeper, he uncovered a web of deceit. Olivia's alibi seemed airtight, but there was something about her demeanor that raised suspicion. Detective Mitchell asked Olivia, "Mrs. Harper, I need to understand what happened tonight. Your husband's dead." Detective Mitchell added, "We found your fingerprints on the murder weapon. Care to explain?" Olivia composed herself and replied, "Detective, I live here. My fingerprints are everywhere." Detective Mitchell, stern, "We need the truth, Mrs. Harper. What's your connection to the weapon?" Olivia, maintaining innocence, "I have no idea. This is absurd." Detective Mitchell, scrutinizing her, "Your husband had some complex business dealings. Any enemies?" Olivia, deflecting, "Richard handled the business side. I focused on our life together." Detective Mitchell, noticing something off, "Your alibi checks out, but there's something you're not telling me, Mrs. Harper." Olivia, maintaining innocence, "Detective, I loved my husband. Why would I want him dead?" As Detective Mitchell delves deeper into the investigation, he can't shake the feeling that Olivia holds a key to the mystery surrounding her husband's death. As the investigation unfolded, evidence started pointing in unexpected directions. James discovered a secret life Richard had been leading, involving shady business dealings and dangerous connections. As Detective Mitchell intensifies the investigation, the presence of Olivia's fingerprints on the weapon becomes a pivotal point in unraveling the mystery surrounding her husband's death. As the pieces of the puzzle fell into place, the detective realized that the killer wasn't a stranger. It was someone who knew Richard intimately, someone with a motive that cut deep. Detective Mitchell, "You can't keep up this act forever, Mrs. Harper. The evidence is mounting against you." Olivia, maintaining her facade, "Detective, I loved my husband. Why would I want him dead?" The trial began, and the courtroom was a battleground of conflicting narratives. Olivia's defense painted her as a grieving widow, while the prosecution portrayed her as a calculated killer. Defense attorney, "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there's no concrete evidence linking my client to this crime. She loved her husband." Prosecutor, "Love can be a powerful motive, but so can greed and betrayal. Mrs. Harper had more than one reason to see her husband dead." The tension escalated as the trial reached its climax. Olivia's fate hung in the balance, and Detective Mitchell couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the story than met the eye. In a dramatic turn of events, a key witness came forward, revealing a shocking twist that changed everything. Witness: I saw someone leaving the Harper residence that night. It wasn't Mrs. Harper. The revelation sent shockwaves through the courtroom. Olivia, seemingly vindicated, maintained her innocence. Detective Mitchell, determined to uncover the truth, pursued the new lead. The trail led to an unexpected accomplice, someone with their own agenda and a deep-seated vendetta against Richard Harper. As the layers of deception unraveled, the real killer was exposed, and Olivia was exonerated. Detective Mitchell, reflecting on the case: sometimes the truth is the most elusive suspect. It took perseverance to unmask the real killer lurking in the shadows. As Olivia rebuilt her life, the detective couldn't shake the haunting realization that justice, though served, didn't always bring closure to the scars left by a killer in the midst of the ones we least suspect. I would like to know from which country you are watching us. I hope you enjoyed this story. Share this story with others for learning English. Have a nice day.